Hello beautiful people, I'm Jennifer Kenny and today I'm here to talk about how can leadership skills benefit an organisation. Want better performance? Best way to do that is to build leadership capacity, not to build bigger organisations. An organisation is only as agile or as fluid or as adaptive as the leader's ability to be able to co-invent. It's time to stop asking who's in charge and to start identifying who's really practicing great leadership. At the end of this video, I want you to be able to understand the organisational value of building great leadership skills and not just filling roles. I'd like you to be able to understand how recursive practices, and I'll explain what those are, help improve clarity, coordination and innovation. And I want you to be able to understand how to begin to embed leadership practices in everyday practices. So as we think about how leadership skills can benefit an organization, it's really important to think about, I think it's really important to think about how great leadership can impact an organization and how bad leadership can damage an organization. So I would consider some of the key elements of great leadership are the ability to be able to grow and build people around you. Now, obviously having vision and understanding values and being able to communicate that is really important, but a leader's ability to be able to grow the people around them is absolutely essential for their own success and the organization's success. So let's dive a little bit into what I call the practice impact model. The practice impact model looks at leadership as a practice, and it looks at how do we move beyond the idea that leadership is all about skills to understanding that leadership is actually embodied in a leader as practices. One of the things you'll start recognizing as you start observing great leaders is that their ability to be able to involve others and enroll others in their vision and in what it is that they want to accomplish. So when I was C-suite, I was a CIO down at Stanford Research Institute, and part of my role there, a large part of my role there, was educating people as to what it was that we as the IT organization were delivering for them as researchers and scientists and leaders in their fields. It wasn't just about educating them, it was about showing them the value that we were bringing, answering the huge what's in it for them question, and making sure that they understood why we were doing what we were doing and how it was actually going to augment and amplify their innovation capacity and their ability to be able to bring fantastic new technologies and great new research out into the world. So one of the things that we did there was we communicated that in a way that allowed them to be able to see themselves in the future that we were creating. Great leaders have practices of being able to help other people project themselves and see themselves into the future that's being created for them. One of the ways that they do that most powerfully, I've noticed, is they co-invent with the people around them. So they never think that they're the ones with the right answer all of the time. What they do is they're coming in with a vision and they're passionate and excited about it. That's part of what makes them a great leader. And they're able to communicate that in a way that is compelling for other people to want to be able to engage. Now, lots of times what happens is that's when that stops. I have seen great leaders communicate fantastic visions, and when it comes to them actually enrolling other people around them to participate in the delivery of that vision, they cut it off. And they're great in terms of the communication, great in terms of the vision, great in terms of the values, great in terms of the standards, but not so great in terms of their ability to be able to co-invent with other people, because sometimes they're way too wedded to the specifics of their own vision and there isn't room for that to be able to adapt based on what people are offering. So if we look at the practice impact model, what we see is agile co-inventive practices are at the top level of a skill set for people who want to be able to start practicing leadership in a way that allows others to really co-invent with them. In another video, I talk about the difference between co-creating and co-inventing. Lots of organizations talk about co-creation because we're looking to move collaboration to another level, which is fantastic. But co-creation means that we're all piling in together and we're all trying to do amazing things together and everybody wants to be heard and everybody has an opinion. I think that that is a very ineffective way of looking to be able to build something amazing together. Co-invention recognizes our own different levels of mastery, and it recognizes what I as a leader know and am good about, and what the people on my team are truly masterful around. So when I had a team reporting to me and we were looking to bring in amazing new technologies, I would have individual people on my team who were fantastic at those technologies. And even though I was the one holding the vision, even though I was the one who was helping to deliver the value for the whole organization, each one of those people had a particular area of mastery that I did not have. I could work with it, I could understand it, I could design with them around it, but I did not have the depth of understanding that they did. And they were on my team specifically for that. So the level of co-invention that we were able to do, because I could step back and say, I'm masterful in certain areas, you're masterful in another one, and we are going to co-invent a solution here together. And for me, when you think about co-invention, think about it as improv. So if you go to a comedy show and you see improv happening really, really well done, what it is it's people basically building on top of what the other person says on a constant basis and creating something, and the conversation can go in wildly different directions, but building something that is incredibly funny but is also really cool that you would never see happen again. It just happens to be as a result of these two people building on top of each other's mastery. If you can build that level of capacity with the people around you by acknowledging their mastery and inviting them into a space of co-invention, what you will find is that your leadership skills will actually augment the capacity of everybody around you. And I think that is one of the most critical leadership skills for the future, for now and for the future. There's been a lot of work done recently, and it's fantastic, and I'm super excited about it, and I hope you are too, around AI agents, because soon we will be, if you're not already, be using AI agents as a team member, the same way we would work with a team member. And so our ability to be able to co-invent both with our AI agents and with our fabulous humans on our teams is going to require a level of flexibility and co-invention that we have not necessarily had to have as leaders in the past. So as you think about how your leadership skills can benefit your organization, or how leadership skills in general can benefit an organization, and you start observing for yourself who you gravitate towards as fantastic leaders, I really encourage you to bear in mind that leadership is a practice. Innovation is also a practice. They are capacities that we build over time, and a leader's ability to be able to create agile, co-inventive practices inside their organization, where they bring together the capacity of all of the people who are masterful in the different areas that they bring to the table. That ability is, I think, one of the core leadership skills that you're going to need to develop if you have not already, and that we will see more and more evidence of going forward. So now that we've moved away from the idea of leadership skills being something that we're born with, and that we understand leadership as a practice, and we understand some of the core practices within that, I also really encourage you to start thinking about the practices you want to build and distinguishing those for yourself by observing other leaders around you who you think are powerful and who you gravitate towards. And as you do that, also start thinking about how do you build leadership skills within your people. Their ability to lead themselves is something that you are looking to grow as a leader. I did another video on this, which is how do you develop leadership skills in your employees. Absolutely worth watching if you're committed to building your own capacity. And as you do it, I wish you the best of luck.